Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Primer, a movie, because yes, you know it, I'm reacting to movies, one each month, one that one of you guys is telling me to react to, because I'm opening a movie level each first Wednesday of the month. I'm opening a movie level on my Patreon, and the first one to subscribe to it has the right to send me by private messages on Patreon the names of 2 movies, and I'm reacting to one of them. Right there, this month, the person who subscribed to that movie level asked me to choose between Paranormal Activity and Primer. Turned out that I already watched, for sure, I already watched Paranormal Activity. You know that I'm a fan of horror movies, so for sure I discovered Paranormal Activity. And I think that I watched 3 movies of the franchise. I think that they continued after that, you know, Paranormal Activity. Me, I watched the 3 movies about Paranormal Activity. So I picked Primer to react to Primer. I never heard anything about this movie. Like, I didn't know that this movie existed. And when I went, you know, on IMDb being like, okay, it's talking about what? I saw that it had some awards. I saw that people were saying that it's the easiest, most singular science fiction movie since Kubrick made 2001. So I was like, huh? I never heard about it. It's weird. So I'm really interested to discover this movie. I'm really like, okay, what it's gonna be about. It seems that people are talking about it and it's a really good one, so I want to know more about it. For the resume on IMDb about this movie, I'm gonna read it to you. 4 friends, fledgling entrepreneurs, knowing that there's something bigger and more innovative than the different error-checking devices they've built, wrestle over their new invention. Said like that, you know, I'm like, it's a science fiction movie? How can it be? But I'm interested by it, like I'm interested to see how it's gonna turn out. I didn't check the trailer for once because of the fact that it's a science fiction movie, and when I read, you know, that synopsis, I was like, watching the trailer maybe would tell me the mood of the movie, and for once I don't want to know the mood of the movie. I want to discover it during the movie. Do you understand what I mean? Like, I want to be surprised not only by the scenes, not only by the story, everything. I want to be surprised also by the mood of the movie. Because I have the feeling that it's gonna be a particular one. I don't know why I have that feeling. But that's it. I'm gonna watch Primer, I don't know how to say it. I'm gonna watch it right now with you guys. I don't have anything else to say before watching this movie because, as you understood, I never heard anything about it. 2004, it was out in 2004, so 20 years ago now. That's something, you know, we have to take it in consideration maybe for the sci-fi effects and stuff like that. And yes, let's go with it. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon, on which you can have a bigger reaction part for this movie, a really longer one because it's a movie. Normally for movies it's at least 20 minutes longer, something like that. So if you can be interested to have a longer reaction part, full opacity, just one video, to have it 1 month sooner also, because not only you choosing, I mean one of you guys on my Patreon can choose the next movie, but also you have that reaction video 1 month sooner. So if you can be interested by all of these advantages, you have my Patreon for that. That's a lot of work that I'm putting to thank you guys to subscribe to my Patreon because it's the best way to support me. So if you want and if you can, come on my Patreon and I'm giving you that in exchange, you know, for that support. Let's go for this movie. Just so you know, right now into my mind I have Modern Love, the David Bowie, which is turning in circus since at least 2 or 3 days, so I'm really like, I'm into that kind of mood also, if you want to know my mood right now.
Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to read this.
It's giving me fun game vibes.
Wouldn't even be considered new, except for maybe in the geological sense. They took from their surroundings what was needed and made of it something more.
We just got done giving this huge speech about this.
Speech?
Yeah, we just got done.
I don't give a speech. I'm the one forcing the issue, remember?
What are your names, guys? Like, I know that people are not saying their names, you know.
You know, Philip and Robert are going.
Okay.
That's fine.
There are Philip and Robert, who is who?
I know you have no interest. Just want to use the equipment. For what I want to do, and we don't need them. Not even Philip, because it doesn't need software.
Liquid helium. These guys are fun.
No, so that's what this is, okay? That's the whole difference, that's what the box is. By coming in from the back end, see, rather than changing the surrounding temperature, we'll just change the level of conduct, the transition.
You're building
And
what?
see, by marking these edges,
I mean, you
obviously
want to
it's
build
these guys. They're
what?
dropping the story about how NASA spent millions of dollars swiftly this pen device in zero G. Did you ever read that?
Yeah.
How Russia solved the problem?
Yeah, they use the pencil.
Just seems like Philip takes the NASA route almost every time.
The
It's a plug-in, right? You have their diagram, and once it's, well, they use the ratio of both, flat and manipulate. Well, then once it's cheaper, you're not gonna buy it, are you? Well, unless you got a few grams of plating with it, right? Well, I'm just saying, why would they put it in there if you didn't need it?
One catalytic converter. It's fine, it's fine.
Just remember to put it out, okay? Your
Nah.
300%.
This will be out of commission, right?
Without the tubing? Yeah.
We can use it free on too.
Enfin, sure, you're saving money right there.
Should we wear goggles?
Yeah,
What? Goggles, should we wear goggles?
normally yes.
Well, no, come on, not here. Come on, walk them off, Paul.
What the fuck are you doing, guys? How it's filmed and sound, for sure it's interesting because they don't care about explaining stuff to us. Who are these characters, what their names are, what they are truly doing, building.
What does it feel like?
It's really like the viewer is put right there and we're just seeing them doing stuff. Ah!
Next one. Let's do the next one. Yeah.
Aaron,
Just wait.
Aaron Philip Robert. And you, the bond guy?
Okay. Anything? It's normal, I don't know. I'm telling you, wait. No, it's fine. I'm not lying. Okay, I didn't do that. That's the story. You want to take a camera? Yeah. Let's get this.
Uh-oh.
Okay, screw that. Let's just go somewhere. I just wanted to know what now. Oh, well, no, wait. Come up here first. I have some stuff I want to take back to the shop. Alright, but maybe I can do
Is there a connection with what we just saw at that moment? I'm not even sure, like, it's just another moment in your life.
No, I don't want a steak. Let's just grab some tacos on the way to the shop. I have some stuff I want to try out.
We can get some tacos on the way, or we can get a steak afterwards.
What are you talking about? I'm not paying for a steak.
Ah, you have the good news to announce you?
It's stable. And it's stable.
Seems so.
Okay, you hear that? How it's not touching anymore. Feedback loop, and it just regulates itself. And what you do is when it gets there, you bring it back, it's stable, it stays like that.
I don't know what I'm watching. I know that I'm intrigued, I know that I want to understand, but I don't know what I'm watching.
You want to see something weirder? Okay, let's try this again. 2 batteries, right? 24 volts. What are we pulling out of this one? Just for fun. 12 volts.
And it's continuing.
How about this one? Should be 12 volts. So what the hell is this thing?
On its own, it's not a...
What does that?
I don't know. I'll tell him something. I'll tell him we're spraying for bugs or something. Should just be there too anyways. You know, if Philip finds out about that or even sees it, he's gonna have to take it on.
Oh, okay, you're not working with them on that project, that guitar project.
But what's the application? In a matter of hours, they turned into everything from mass transit to satellite launching. Imagining devices the size of jumbo jets.
They, you said, so you're not Aaron, you're not Abe.
The parties would continue. Any birthday, anniversary, holiday. Maybe some obscure project launch. It didn't matter. Any reason would do. What was important is that Thomas Granger, their last and best hope of funding, show up. And if he left a little earlier than they would have liked, well, he couldn't be blamed. He was only there to please his daughter Rachel. And she was only there to please Abe. But as weeks became months, their enthusiasm became a slow realization that they were out of their depth.
There it is. I've been calling you all morning. Where'd you go? Your work and yourself. I'm not there. March Madness? That's Carolina, Michigan. Who's up? I don't even know what. Judy's work this afternoon, and I promise to do the few small things I ask you. I will, in return, show you the most important thing any living organism has ever witnessed.
What?
It's a protein secreted by a fungus called Aspergillus ticor. I told you that? No, he knew it was a protein, but he didn't know where it came from. And you know where Will is. I'll know my way out, okay? Okay. Thanks. Can you meet me up front? You gotta drive. Okay, here. Come on.
They look so annoying, all of them. People, like, you're really annoyed when you're around guys like that.
Okay, so.
Aspergillus ticor. This is a fungus that's everywhere. It's in our bed, in our skin, sometimes even in our GI tract, everywhere.
Yeah.
It's basically the reason you don't leave things in dark, damp, closed-off places.
He says to get the same amount of protein that we have, the same amount that I was wiping off every 5 days, and 5 days later it would accumulate. He says it would take about 5 to 6 years.
Oh, really?
Oh,
The guy who's keeping his earphone while talking. Again, an annoying guy.
Where's the box? I took it back to the shop. Wait, digital or whole mechanical? Exactly. I did both. And what? I want you to do it. I don't know, Abe. Now I'm going to start it up and let it run for 60 seconds with nothing in it, okay? It's engines. It's 22. There's an AN and there's a BN. Okay, let's say the AN is 12 o'clock and the BN is 12:01. That was 4. You gotta write this down.
I was beginning to follow his explanation, shut up.
It's a BN, and when it gets there, the feed runs down parabolically. It doesn't. It curves back around towards the AN. And when it gets back to the AN, I curve that around. Okay, now the Weeble has experienced a total of 2 minutes. It's back around, it curves parabolically. Right, so it comes back around again, and it does this about 1,300 times. When it finally exits on the BN, it's traveling an odd number of forward and backward trips.
You want to create that scene?
It's not. Yeah, 22 hours, 14 minutes. 34 minutes. And they're at the BN.
In 1 minute you manage to... You create a temporal loop?
Iron the Weeble's stupid. It can't move. I mean, even if we were to put the Weeble in at point B, it's still just going to bounce around back and forth until it gets kicked out of the BN. But if it were smart, it can enter the BN, exit the AN before it flips back.
You want to travel
Sorry, I'm making a bigger one.
through time now?
You're saying I'm making a bigger one?
Yes.
I didn't say anything.
You imagined it, you pushed him to say it.
No, I don't. Come on, let's go get a drink or something. Yeah. Well, we need a box big enough for a person to fit into, right? As far as turning it on, actually, when I was testing the box, it turns out that over half the rings are redundant. Yeah. So whatever, we'll find some place. But I mean, so if we go your route with what? A bunch of mini fields? That's a lot of work. I mean, we'd have to.
These boxes?
I know. We've seen a lot of crazy things happen, okay? I know you're still trying to put it all together in a wilderness. Since you go. No, I don't. I know you probably feel like you're being tricked or made fun of, but you're not, okay? I promise you, you're not.
Okay.
Okay?
You're ready to what? You already built one!
Who's that here?
You already did it? On your own.
Let's just wait.
You can't meet each other. That's the rule, you know, with traveling time.
What's your deal? First time. So the man hotel room in Russell. Look, I just need you back at the shower what I did. I guess I went back to work. No. Look, now that I know about this, hey, don't do this again, okay? Not where it affects me.
That's why we saw you waking up like that? No, wait.
Oh,
No, it was not during that moment.
why not the lottery?
Yeah.
We can if you want. It's not till Saturday. But even if we win the full 10 million, it's only a couple $100,000 a year for what, the next 30 years? I was just running the test. In and out. Okay, so I want to do what you did, okay? Exactly what you did. Okay, the first thing I did is call in sick. We're going to need both cars. But we need to park yours way down the road outside of the facility. Why are we doing that? Because we need a ride home. When I got to the storage room, I flooded the box with argon, and then I had to tighten it up to secure the leaks. I set the timer for 15 minutes, jumped in the car, and drove to Russellfield. Why the timer? Because the moment we start those machines is the moment we'll end up getting out of them, and right, got it. While I was on the road at 8:45, the machine kicked on by itself, and by 8:49, it was completely warmed up.
Okay.
In Russellfield, I got a hotel room and tried to isolate myself. I mean, I closed the windows, I unplugged everything in the room, the telephone, TV, clock, radio, everything. I didn't want to take the chance of running into someone I knew. Well, then what did you do all day?
You played?
You asked me. At 2:30 p.m., I stopped by Williams Medical Supply and picked up a Class E oxygen tank and mask. So I got to the storage room at about 3:15 and cut off the power box. It cycled down to a tolerable level at about 3:19. So, does it hurt? Yeah, it does a little. It's not bad though if you wait for the right time. It's like a small static shock. I know you've done it, okay? And I can only assume that you don't have cancer or malignancy because of it. But I mean,
You should have run some tests, no, about that. Health issues.
You still want to do it.
Ew!
I set the alarm on my stopwatch for 6 hours. I regulated the O2 tank, took some Dramamine, and tried to sleep.
Inside?
I don't know, maybe it was the Dramamine kicking in, but I remember this moment in there, in the dark with the reverberation machine. It was maybe the most content I've ever been.
Did you both make it?
There's no static shock. Stop.
It hurt more.
You got out too soon. You have to wait for the stopwatch so that you know the game is on. Yeah, we're here. It's 8:50, Tuesday morning.
Your old self is gonna took
You have a
it.
margin account, right?
You're staying there.
Okay, now, what do we buy?
So after the time, you know, when
Can of RGW.
his old self is gonna take it, there are not gonna
The
be
moon master
two versions of him on Earth.
and
Just
stop
this
with the
one.
double net.
They're playing to make money. Having fun? I'm gonna do it. Your old self. I'm gonna do it and that's it. And now you can go on with your life.